Jason Morales for the Ruff Magic Review. I'm doing a review of Iris by Illusionist.com and LLOYD Barnes. The synopsisize the effect. It's a bill visually penetrating through a playing card. Okay. I did a brief performance in a separate video, so somewhere in the card section, whatever side it's on, you can check out the performance, and also there's going to be a link to the trailer in the card section as well. Okay. Now, to kind of say what this is, it is a 15-minute download and a gimmick that you receive in this bad boy here from Illusionist. The gimmick is well made. Essentially, you know, it's a type of gimmick card. I'm not going to tell you how it's gimmicked, but you will have to get that in and out of play. So far, the method for LLOYD Barnes, it works to an extent. If you're doing that as like the one effect that you're going to do for somebody, and it's pretty good. Your angles on this effect, you can't have anybody standing behind you. You really don't want that, or if they're maybe you know, too far to the sides of you. So you don't want that. Then you know the whole effect is going to be up there. But if it's straight on, you know, maybe semicircular, but not too far into your space, you're going to be good there. The other thing is you're going to need your deck of cards, because you know this is the modus operandi of ringing the gimmick in and out to match the. You're going to need to match the gimmick. So I think it's only available in blue, but a closer color to it is actually the bicycle rider back is a closer color to the gimmick than, you know, a standard bicycle deck. Standard bicycle deck is not the same shade of blue. Okay, so that's just one thing you got to keep in mind there. The other thing is this is designed, depending on what currency it is, it has to be an exact match for that bill. In this case, in the U.S. currency, it's a $1 bill. So it's going to match up, your gimmick is going to match up to a $1 bill, so you can't do it with other denominations. Whatever currency you pick, whatever they give you for the gimmick, that's, you know, that's what you have to do. There are some other things that, you know, I would have liked explained better, like how do you get your deck back to normal and get rid of the gaff. I think you know, this is a pretty visual change, and you did accomplish that. And, you know, we'll get to the star rating in a moment, but I'm not going to show you the gimmick here. But you know, a couple of words as maybe magician code here. Find the natural brick, okay, and do a half pass of the half to get it back to where you need to go after you've done a cop to get rid of the thing that you don't need. Okay, and for those of you that understand magician language, you'll understand what I'm talking about, because you'll want to be able to continue if you want to do without switching decks. You'll want to be able to continue doing other tricks with your deck. Like I said, unless that's the only trick you're going to do. Or you didn't go into ringing the gimmick in. So if you have to ring that in, you're going to want to, more magician language here for the magicians out there, cull, that's the key word there, cull, and half pass a half. Put it down, your deck down, do some other stuff. You have a moment of just misdirection, and you go back to your deck and cop it in. So you have yourself set up. That's just magician language. For the others of you, they're beginner. If you're going to do this as an effect, maybe you do some other stuff, and this is going to be that one effect that you do for somebody, and then you put your stuff away and you're finished. Because you're not going to have the chops to rearrange your deck into a working order. If you're, too new to Magic, you're not going to be able to do it, and you're just going to get mad. And there is going to be heat on it, heat on the deck, heat on the gimmick, and so you have to maintain being very casual of what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to get, as they say, caught out. I think confidence is always a key, and being casual about it. Those two things will really help sell this effect. If you can't pull those off here, you're going to have certainly a problem. Okay, the dollar bill, however, can be borrowed, but if it's not, have a couple dollars on you and your wallet or whatever, and so you have $1 or just have $1 in your pocket. Oh yeah, okay. Anybody have $1? Oh, guess what? Well, I have $1. You do that type of thing, because not everybody carries actual money on them anymore, so you might have to have something like that in consideration. I know I'm going on and on and on. These are just some tips for some of you that might be helpful if you decide to purchase this effect from illusionist.com. Other than that, the gimmick is, made on a, playing card stock. It should last you quite a while, as long as you don't get it, drenching wet or something, or crumble it up into a million pieces, or mistake it for another card. And, those are problems that, can arise. Now, to give it a star rating, because you didn't go much into ringing it in and ringing it out, and how to reset your deck, because sometimes they just assume, oh, well, it's the Magic people, and they're going to know what to do. But, a lot of illusionist products are, not always clear on certain things. And if you're a beginner magician, you might be like, that looks amazing, and then you get it, and you try to do it for people. And, because, like I said, you don't know certain things to do, certain body language, or, like I said, correcting the deck and switching out and switching in your gimmick, you will be disappointed in that. But just because he didn't get into, like I said, ringing the gimmick in and out, not only from the deck of cards, but ending completely clean, it's going to knock it down. I'm going to give this 4 out of 5 stars. This is much better than money, because not only was the gimmick made, the magic was fairly easy to perform, but there was that missing element there. And so if you're a little bit into card magic, and you can do some of those things that I discussed earlier, if you could understand the magician's code of card magic there, this will be certainly a good effect for you. You could also have it set up in a deck if you are a working pro. If you're pulling, a little Jay Sankey action where you've done some effects, they've handled the cards, but you have, multiple decks and other things in your case, and then you take the deck out that's set up to go. Oh yeah, hey, I want to show you something else. Does anybody have $1? And then you have your pre-set up deck. I mean, you can do that, but most amateur magicians and street magicians, unless you have a bigger setup, even with cargo pants, you go around cargo pants and whatever it is that you do, you don't usually just have 1 or 2 decks, because you're doing or maybe more than that, but you're doing ambitious card and wave the aces and Daly's last card trick and that sort of thing. And so you don't have decks set up, gimmick decks set up like that on you, because you don't have that luxury of having a case with you. Anyways, like I said, 4 out of 5 stars. Please like, share, subscribe the video. Hopefully my review was helpful for you. Also, like I said, there will be a performance video, so check that out in the card section at the beginning of the video, and also the trailer. And like as always, check out all my other videos, and I'll be seeing you again soon. This is Jason Morales for the Rough Cut Magic Review. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.